try to live my life every day. Keep out of strife, come what may. I try to do unto others as I'd have them do to me. But it can't be done for everyone, and now it's plain to see. You are a cunt, 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 cunt. A big bad stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but he'll tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 cunt. A motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big bad stinking cunt. I try to be real nice, say it twice, be real nice, even though it is hard to keep up this facade. And now I see, dearie me, what an asshole this would be. I'm out of luck, don't give a fuck, cause you're the cunt, not me.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, dickhead?
You are a cunt, 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 cunt. Big bad stinking cunt. You say it ain't true, but I'm here to tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 cunt. A motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big bad stinking cunt.
With all due respect, the views and opinions expressed on Threatcon 5 clothing and Threatcon 5 radio are strictly the views of Threatcon 5 and do not reflect or represent the values of the Veteran Radio Syndicate. If you get offended by anything you hear on this show, please feel free to go fuck yourself. We thank you for listening.
Absolutely. Welcome to Threatcon 5 Radio here on Threatcon 5 Radio's Facebook page, the VRS page, the Threatcon 5 clothing page, and many other pages throughout Facebook world. I am Bulldog, joined as always by my good... Oh, wait, no, I am joined this week by Flo of Progressive. If you have not... Wow. I don't think Judy's very happy with that. She is flipping me off.
No, Flo isn't very happy with it. What the I am way cuter than Flo.
I am joined tonight by Flo. Can you not see her on the screen? She is on the fucking screen, therefore I am joined by her.
Oh my god. You're special.
Somebody said that you look like Flo. I talked to Flo about it. She wasn't happy.
Oh my god.
Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. I am joined by Judy. I couldn't get Flo here tonight. Probably been more fun with Flo, but whatever. So, Judy, we are counting down. We are counting down. It is almost September 1st. That means it is almost officially going to be the last show of Threatcon 5 Radio. And, you know what? Hey, that's all right. Because...
Justin Keeney asked if Flo was your aunt. Yep.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that somebody from Backwoods Veterans would be making fun of anybody's aunt. Because I'm pretty sure their aunt is their sister's mother.
So
figure that one out. Anyway, so we are proudly brought to you, up until the time this show is over, Beard Barbecue Sauce. Go to beardbarbecuesauce.com, use promo code VET4LIFE, and save yourself 10% on your order. They've got all kinds of great stuff like bourbon-induced mustard sauce, bourbon-induced regular sauce.
Induced?
Shut up. Pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice, Judy. Can you believe that Felix went with that fucking pumpkin spice fucking shit?
I'm not surprised. It's popular.
Yeah, well, whatever. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, he was Air Force. Totally makes sense. Anyway.
He wasn't Navy.
What's that?
He wasn't Navy.
No, he was Air Force. Pumpkin spice, lattes, sitting in line, getting your latte before your 9 o'clock work call. You know, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. It's all good. So, nothing these days is sacred, Judy.
No, absolutely not. Before you start that, Guess who got his first Facebook ban?
Are you fucking serious?
No, I'm not allowed. He's not allowed. Oh, Kitty, be careful.
What happened?
He's not allowed to post from his Facebook page. I don't know.
What did he post?
He was trying to post something tonight for the show, and actually first he was trying to comment on the show tonight saying that he was harassing Smommy.
Oh boy.
And then he was like, Smommy, why can't I post?
I bet you somebody reported him.
Yep.
Look it.
If you report my cat,
what?
It's a fucking cat.
Yeah, and if you don't like something that is posted on our page or somewhere else on Facebook, do what your dad did and just leave. For Christ's sakes. I mean, it's not fucking cool. You know? Remember that time? I get it. It triggers you, but I remember the day when Dad said he had to go down to the street to get some cigarettes and some milk. And he never came back. Whatever. It is a time. But no, nothing today is sacred. Nothing.
No, you're right.
Okay, so
my cat got banned from Facebook.
We haven't even officially started the Space Force yet. And we already have our first controversial act in the Space Force.
We do?
Yes. A Houston astronaut is being brought up on charges for fraudulently using the bank account or fraudulently accessing the bank account of her ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So not only is I mean, I don't have any problem with, the gay thing,
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, the Space Force hasn't even started yet, and they've already got freaking gay controversy. That's awful. Now, where does she get tried? Does she get tried back in her hometown of Houston, Texas, or does she get some sort of space tribunal? Like everybody has to dress up. Like one guy's dressed as Captain Kirk, another guy's dressed as Spock. You got somebody dressed as the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, this is shaping up to be something you'd see on YouPorn. I get it, but it's just absolutely crazy. Then you've got all the other shit that's going on, right? I think it's absolutely great that people who are committing fraud and are causing controversy in their communities that are getting, punished for it. But I've seen at least over the last week and a half 7 acts of stolen valor that have been brought to justice.
Oh, really?
Yes. People are actually getting charged with stolen valor and being punished by the judicial system and forced to do some time. Now, they're not just giving it to them. It's not like, Johnny Schmo put on a fucking uniform and went to the corner and was, trying to collect money. They're talking about people that, have said that they were Navy SEALs or received the Purple Heart in order to get a job or something like that. That they're punishing them for that. I think it's great. But boy, I'll tell you, shit is out of fucking control. Let's say hi. Let's say hi to the people who are here. Okay, can you do your romper, stomper, bromper, boo?
Romper, bomper, stomper, boo.
Right,
tell me who.
You really didn't have to do it that gay, but all right. So Ashley Butler is here. Don Gay was here and left, said he'll be back. Jade Lopez, Cindy Cerny, Terrell Gould, Terrell Guile, Mickey Severson, a.k.a. I'm going to leave it alone. Uncle Cy, David Schecker, Dean Cerny, Mitchell Rankin, Valerie Adams, John Ginsberg, James Cerny, Kendra Kent, Threatcon 5 Radio. Well, that's interesting. Ray Trueblood, and others. Thank you for being here on this Taco Tuesday evening. And welcome to the show. Shut the fuck up. It's whatever I say. Rule number 1, my show, my rules. This is why you can't do the show anymore, Judy. It's your fucking attitude.
Fuck you, you bitch.
All right.
One attitude. Oh
Oh my goodness, Chandler Baker is here.
wow.
Haven't seen Chandler
Good
in a
to see
bit.
you. There goes.
Uh,
Tuffy's going to go in the corner and pout now because he's in Facebook jail. That's great.
yeah,
Thanks,
that's
Facebook.
not cool. You triggered a fucking cat, you fucking pussies. See, I put it in there. I said 30 minutes in a galaxy far, far away. Well, maybe not that far. Okay? That you had a choice to be here or not. And I'm guessing a lot of people chose to be pussies. But hey, if you're not sharing the show, share the show. Get the show out there because there's only one way people are going to see this for 3 more weeks, and that is for you to share it and tell them that this is the best show ever to air on a Monday night called Threatcon 5 Radio, hosted by Bulldog and Judy. What else? What else has gone wrong this week? Let me tell you. So, for all intensive purposes, I've moved to Durham. Okay? I even made it Facebook official by saying that I moved there. Okay? Over this weekend, we did a bunch of stuff. I come back and I want to change the oil in Kendra's car. Wouldn't you know? Tony Tolley is here. Good to see you. Jeff Jebby's here. Good to see you. I go to take the freaking drain plug out, and the tool I'm using breaks, and in the meantime, strips the fucking drain plug. Can you believe that shit? That's the kind of luck that I'm dealing with.
Blame it on the tool.
Right now. No, it was the tool.
Are you
because
the
I
tool?
don't have my toolbox there. So I had to use this little freaking highway kit that she had in the freaking car.
Right.
And
right.
it wasn't good enough. So here I have to go out today and buy a new freaking drain plug and a freaking bolt extraction socket set just to freaking pull that motherfucker out.
That sucks.
But I got a new one. I got a new drain plug, so I don't care what happens to the old one. Ronnie Brown is here. Josh Miller is here. Good to see you all. Ray Trueblood, love you to death, but I don't know why you're sharing my show with me. So we got a whole bunch of good stuff for you tonight. We've got a fake sponsor. We're going to do some freaking... Oh, Judy, last week, it was like 8:05, and I said, Judy, it's 8:05, and we're already starting the news. Why is everything going so fast tonight? Let me tell you why everything went so fast last night.
What'd we forget?
We didn't do freaking Urban Dictionary.
Oh, we did not.
Yeah. We didn't do Urban Dictionary. So, yeah, there you go. Messing around with my phone this weekend. Couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting Facebook notifications. So Kendra goes on, screws with my phone, finds my notification things, turns it on. Now every time I get a freaking Facebook message, I hear a baby laughing.
Nice.
Yeah. It's kind of freaky.
I hear a puppy.
It's kind of fucking freaky. Especially when you're in the middle of the store and you hear. Anyway. So you had a truck show this weekend. That was pretty cool.
Yes, I did. So I flew into Dallas on Wednesday and did some, like we had an event Wednesday night with the event coordinators, and that was pretty fun. So there were 6 of us Wednesday night at this little cafe, this Mexican cafe that is right across the street from the Omni Hotel in Dallas, and the liquor was free. So one of the girls now there's 6 of us. There's 3 veterans and 3 non-veterans.
Hold on one second. Terrell Guile. If I get one motherfucking text message at 3 a.m., I am going to find you and I'm going to kill you. I have acquired a very intensive set of skills that I have perfected
a particular
over time.
set of skills.
I'm saying it my own fucking way. And I will find you and I will kill you. All right, there we go. Moving right along.
So, of course, alcohol is free because the event coordinators pay for everything. So one of the girls I'm there with goes up and orders, she said, whatever your top shelf is that we're allowed to have for free.
Nice.
And so that was the start of the weekend. That's pretty much how most of our weekend was. Way too much food, a little bit of liquor. Then we had to go work the truck show Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That was shows like that are fun, but they're exhausting when you're an exhibitor.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you bring a really cool truck like the truck that we had there.
Yeah. It's even worse when you're an exhibitionist. Oh, never mind.
My bad. But it was a lot of fun. We gave away a lot of stuff. We gave away baseball hats to to all the little kids going by. And Bob's and Vagine, one of our good friends at the Veteran Radio Syndicate, and in a lot of our veterans groups, he came up, I should say, because he's in the Fort Hood area, and my battle buddy Christina came down, and we got matching tattoos. That was pretty cool. So this is I told my tattoo artist Saturday night, we went down to Deep Ellum to a place called Heart and Hand Gallery. Mm-hmm. And the reason it's a gallery is because Deep Ellum and the county around it was they had too many tattoo parlors and they were starting to get out of control. So they said, okay, you can only have this many tattoo parlors. So the place that we went to wanted to have the main place where, the retards go in for the impulse tattoos, where they're like, oh, it's Friday night, I've had a couple drinks, let's go to get a tattoo. So that's one store. And then the other store is Heart and Hand, and that's for the people who have made reservations.
Oh, and you made reservations at the wrong place, huh?
No, we didn't. We made reservations at the right place. We had Matt was our tattoo artist. He was fantastic. So Christina is Blackfoot Indian, and she knows her heritage line very well. It's not just one of those, oh, look, I'm 2%. I'm going to, she's not Pocahontas, our favorite politician. She actually knows her roots and everything. So this is, and it actually, when you hold it like this, it's upside down. So to American Indians, the way arrows lay when they tattoo them and is very, very important. So the way these lay, and when I'm holding it the right way, obviously the arrowheads are pointing up. It means friendship. We wanted to do sisters, but sisters is really stupid. It just looks like a stick figure with a circle head at the top of it. It's really dumb. So she picked out the arrows and sent them to our tattoo artist and gave him some dimensions, and this is what he came up with. So I think he did a fantastic job. And he put the second skin on me, which is actually really weird. It feels strange because I keep thinking I have a watch on because it kind of, it feels like that same weight, if that makes sense. But Saturday night I was like, hey, I'm flying home tomorrow, and airports and airplanes and people are disgusting. What should I cover this up with? He's like, actually, I'm glad you asked. And he put this second skin stuff on there, and it's fantastic. It's breathable. So the tattoo is still healing while this is on there. It's pretty cool. I've never had that before. Usually I go home with what do they call that? The meat diaper.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've heard good things about that stuff. But...
Yeah, it's very comfortable. It definitely protected my arm yesterday because I kept whacking it on shit. You always know when you have a good tattoo if you hit it on shit. I did learn, this is my 4th. Now that's Christina's 9th. Plus she has her whole entire left arm covered. She has a sleeve. I did learn something on my 4th tattoo. It's much easier if you can watch the tattoo artist as it happens, because it just takes your mind off of it mentally. Watching it happen was fascinating. I think this was the first one I could really watch, though, because the rest of them are on weird places on my body where it would be difficult and uncomfortable to watch. So this was really cool. And this is a first for me. This is my first "it will show all the time" tattoo.
Well, how about that?
We got matching ones, Christina and I did. It was great to see her too. We went and scootered around the city and got pedicures and had drinks in Deep Ellum. Had Fuzzy Taco for dinner. That's the name of the restaurant, Fuzzy Tacos.
It's funny that you beat me to it, because I was going to say it sounds like you had a wonderful date.
Yeah, it was good times.
You guys did the scissor. You were doing scissor kicks at the end of the night. Freaking. Okay, whatever. It's all good. Hey, I don't judge you for your freaking life choices, Judy. It's all good. It's all good.
But it was a good trip. And I definitely got yelled at when I came home. My neighbor, so I live in a duplex, and my neighbor upstairs came by, and she checked on the boys every day, and Tuffy got lots of attention because she loves him. Of course, he acted like he was abandoned for a week. You know, he was meh, 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 and he was actually yelling at me, meh, meh, angry face and everything. I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
But I worked from home today
And
because
now he gets his freaking Facebook.
I know,
I know,
poor
right?
Tuffy. I feel sorry
So
for him.
sad.
But although when I realized it, I did give him a little, like paw bump, fist bump thing, because good on you, bro.
Yeah.
I still can't believe Tuffy's in Facebook jail.
Jesus, he's one away from your freaking record.
Not really.
Whatever.
One on this account, on my old account. Rod Davis says he's going to get me a Show Me Your Taco shirt.
Who?
Rod Davis, I don't know if he just tuned in. He's commenting, I'm going to get a Show Me Your Taco shirt. That's what I was wearing yesterday when I flew home.
Right on.
I got lots of giggles, and I got lots of, oh my God, type stares. And I just walked through the airport as confident as fuck, like, yep, 0 fucks given. I'm sorry, how much fucks did you give? 0.
I'm getting ready to go on a trip here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Can't wait.
Yeah, you are. When is it?
We leave September 26th. We'll be back October 4th. Going to a Muslim country.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of fucking crazy. I'll be wearing shorts through the airport. The big-ass fucking tattoo on the back of my calf that says infidel. That's going to be awesome. What's the matter? You seem out of sorts tonight, Judy.
I am. I'm exhausted, honestly. I'm so fucking tired. I flew in yesterday to Nashville and drove home, and I had to get I just got a little bit of groceries on the way home. I made a bunch of meat and froze it before I left. That way I could just come home and take it out of the freezer, but I'm tired.
Oh, gee. Jeff Jebby said, don't wear the Let's Get Triggered shirt to an airport.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Why? Fuck.
Angela Gale says, Judy, you never told me if anybody showed you their taco.
She had fuzzy tacos on Saturday night, so...
I did have a fuzzy taco on Saturday night. They were delicious, too. Holy shitballs. And they had this frozen drink, and the base of it was... what's that?
Ice?
No. Well, yeah, that. The flavor base. Did she say Capri Sun? It was Capri Sun with vodka and something else. It was fucking delicious. I don't like Capri Sun. I think it's gross. That drink, I forced myself through brain freeze. I was drinking that drink. That drink was coming home with me one way or another.
Nothing wrong with that. So Jeff Jebby said security had no sense of humor.
The triggered shirt, I'm sure.
The fuck it. Who cares?
Security never has a sense of humor. I think that's day one.
The front of the shirt is the MAGA hat. If you can't figure out what the fuck the back of it is, then you need to go suck one. I'm going to wear one of those shirts that says it's not gay if it's in the TSA.
Oh, that's great.
I'm serious.
I did get felt up on my trip out of Nashville. That was pretty cool.
I bet you did. After everybody heard about your freaking fuzzy tacos on Saturday, everybody wanted some.
No. This was when I was leaving. I guess this chick was preparing me for it.
I hear you. It's all good. Was the drink called the Flaming Homer?
No.
Okay, it wasn't the Flaming Homer.
It was fuzzy something.
Oh, boy. $20 is $20, Mitchell Rankin says.
Absolutely, Mitchell.
Cy
Mr.
says he got looks in Boston with his MAGA shirt.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, he did. We had a blast, though. I don't care. I wear that shit out just to fucking get people pissed. And nobody ever says anything to me.
No, nobody said anything to me either. I did get some dirty looks, but it's Texas. I mean, controversial names are everywhere in Texas just to get attention and get sales, honestly. It's a pretty good sized chain. I looked them up. This taco place from the shirt that I have from
Oh no, I'm talking about like wearing MAGA shit and
Oh yeah.
you know, I wear that stuff out just to fucking get people upset.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see that people are visibly upset, but they won't say anything to me. You know why?
Right.
You know
Why?
why? Because of my size.
Probably.
Which is what makes me laugh. What? You want to run your mouth to some skinny little fucking guy that you don't think can kick your ass, but the guy that, you know, is big and wide and ready to freaking throw down, you're afraid to say something.
Right.
I want it. I want it so bad. I want somebody to say something just so I can like straight. I had one person I thought was going to say something one day. We're at the Dover town clerk's office, and the woman says to me, she goes, "I like your hat," and I was like, "Oh, why? Thank you." She goes, "Does anybody ever give you crap about it?" And I said, "Nah, I don't think so. I think they're afraid to." She goes, "Yeah, I would wonder how it would go." And I was like, "Wow, cool." And then I get people that tell, like Felix tells me all the time. He's like, "Man, I wore your Americans Before Illegal shirt to the event that I did this weekend, and people came up to me and they were like, 'I love the shirt,' and they bought sauce."
Nice.
You know, I mean, it's everywhere. You either got people that are going to be complete douche canoes because of something you're wearing, or you're going to have people that are, going to be, oh, cool. I got an upgrade to a freaking 2019 Chevy Camaro for my Trump is my president shirt.
Right.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
When I wear fuck political correctness in public, because I live in a very red state, I get a lot of, "Oh, I fucking love your shirt."
Mm-hmm. I get looks when I wear it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I had there's this girl that lives in my neighborhood. She's always walking her dog. Well, she works at the Shaw's. She's on the spectrum. I don't know to what degree. And she says to me,
The spectrum for what?
Down syndrome.
Okay.
You know,
Sorry. I missed that part. I was looking at reading something at the same time.
And she says, she looks at my shirt. I was wearing the fuck Kaepernick shirt. And she goes, "I love your shirt."
Nice.
She goes, he is just unbelievable, that guy. I was like, "Oh, cool." Yeah, Kendra said Joe, right? The youngest was out eating, and he was with his father, I believe, if I remember correctly. And the waitress would not serve him because he was wearing the MAGA hat shirt. Sorry. The server literally served his father, but wouldn't serve Joe. The manager had to bring him his food and stuff.
That's insane. If I was that manager, I'd be like, "You're bye-bye.
Get out. Bye." Yeah. Crazy, right? It's what this world's coming to. We got a bunch of fucking just cowardly people and people that are so ass backwards on shit. Move it before we get into the douche of the week. It's like freaking Liz Warren. Have you heard her latest?
Now what?
She believes wholeheartedly that the government should be able to take your personal property. This is how out of touch these people are.
Why, we don't have enough violations of that already with the current laws in place?
This is how out of touch these people are. First of all, there, douche canoe, you work for us. It is not up to you to tell us what you think.
Wow.
Right? You're supposed to, like, all these people in the Senate, in freaking state senates and whatever, that are voting to do away with the Electoral College. It's not in your job description to do that. That is literally something that affects every citizen of that state. So if that is going to be something that is going to be agreed upon at that state, it needs to be agreed upon on a ballot. The people need to have their voice heard. But that's how out of touch these people are in this country right now. They just keep thinking that they can do whatever the fuck they want. And I'm not gonna stay on this for very long. I'm just gonna tell you, people, make sure you're voting in the midterm. I mean, in the primaries, and you vote
Absolutely.
and make sure that you vote smartly. Don't vote for the person just because of name recognition. Vote because you know they've got a record or their record sucks, so you're gonna vote against them. Because, like I said, people like Liz Warren, Cory Booker, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Maxine Waters, Fredrickson, or whatever the fuck her name is, Cowgirl Jill down there in fucking Florida, Hank Johnson, freaking Eric Swalwell. All these people need to go. They are so far past the understanding of what their job as a senator or a representative is. They don't need to be in office because they have forgotten what it's supposed to be about. You're supposed to be the voice for and by the people, not your voice for the fucking people. That's just,
Yeah, I know.
it's unbelievable.
We've
So what do you
talked
think?
about that before, but yeah,
Yeah, what do you think? You want to move on into douche of the week?
of course.
All right, I am going to go ahead and play the little little video thingy. Oh, fuck that. No. We're not doing that yet. First, we're going to do our fake sponsor.
Oh yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is tonight's Threatcon 5 Radio fake sponsor. Enjoy.
Oh, I love the way you practice good hygiene. You always make sure to get under the nails. Oh, fuck. Hello there, Beatrice. Your ass made a queef. And I came here to tell you that we have just the product for you. No more queefy asses. No more having to shake hands with your colon to try and form a truce. No more having to shove a loofah or a towel or a blue flower up your ass to try and keep it clogged. Introducing the revolutionary new product, the My Shiny Hiney. It's an acorn for your anus. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this plastic shower head with a marshmallow on the end inserts directly into the asshole and cleans the shit out of it. Literally. The My Shiny Hiney will make your ass clean enough to eat out of. It's available in 6 colors, it comes with suction cup holders for all your holding needs, and it's available in soft or medium bristles. Don't just take our word for it. Look how much fun she's having. It also comes with a soft silicone brush in case you want to give yourself an exhilarating prostate exam. So if your asshole is so dirty it's causing you joint discomfort, just remember our jingle. Ass not clean, causing elbow pain, hop on the My Shiny Hiney train. Let your secretary fuck you with it. Most people believe that the Neanderthals' biggest discovery was fire. However, science has proven time and time again that Neanderthals' heinies were remarkably shiny. Therefore, it can be inferred that they had access to a My Shiny Hiney primitive tool and knew the importance of good anal hygiene. Thus, it can be concluded that their biggest discovery was ass cleaning. No more having to worry about anal leakage while wearing your favorite dress anymore. Feel free to cut the rug and just really get groovy and jiggy with it. And if you order now, we'll throw in our anus cleansing cream. It's ass bleach with a twist. The twist being, it doesn't work. But we'll throw it in anyway, just for fun. It's the lightning cream. Don't be afraid to play outside during this thunderstorm. Go ahead and let your asshole get struck by a lightning bolt. And also, all our ingredients meet or exceed cosmetic quality standards. See, there's my father and my sister playing with my 4th grade classroom chemicals. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and pick up the phone. Go ahead and send your carrier pigeon over saying you're interested, because it's only $19.99. It's time to stop the whining and get to the shining.
There you go, everybody. My Shiny Hiney. This night, 2 nights. Fake sponsor. Judy, you were laughing at that one pretty good.
OMG.
Hey, I can't tell you where we get these things from.
She
we get
looked
'em.
entirely too enthused about that product.
Yeah, well, if cleaning your asshole is giving you tennis elbow.
Oh my god. That was fucking great.
Yeah, that was a good one. And again, I want to thank Ray Trueblood for
Helping us
re-editing the
out.
video so that we don't have to take any chances of getting
Flagged.
Facebook flagged. So thank you,
Like Tuffy
Trueblood.
did.
Thank you, Trueblood. We appreciate that. We didn't want to be going down the same path as Tuffy and be Facebook criminals. I'd have to
Yes.
get tattooed.
Yes, and if you happen to be listening and you're the cunt who reported the cat, you're a cunt. You are a cunt, a big fat stinky cunt.
Alrighty. Here is the video for Douche of the Week.
Threatcon 5 Radios. Douche of the Week.
All right, this week's Douche of the Weeks are going to be started off by Judy.
Yes.
It's on the screen, Judy.
My douche of the week is the Transportation Security Administration in Dallas.
Just
You
Dallas?
guys- Just Dallas, because I haven't had experiences with other locations. I can't blame the entire TSA on one fucking location. I've
Nah.
never had, knock on wood, I've never had a bad experience at other locations. Dallas, not so much. So, you guys know I traveled by air, unfortunately, which, makes me break out into a fucking cold sweat just thinking about it. And so yesterday I get to the airport and there's 2 lines to get into the TSA line. Now as I'm walking into the lines, there's no signage. And so I just get in one line and I come around the corner, wait in line for 15 fucking minutes. I'm in the longer line at this point.
Hi, Bob Jordan.
I get to the desk of the guy, and the guy says, "Honey, you're in the wrong line. This is pre-check." And there's no point in arguing with these people. He's like, "You need to be in that line over there," which is the line where, like 2 or 3 people were like filtering through like that. No, I'm in the longer line. So I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? I never get in pre-check. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody moved the signs and didn't put them back. So we didn't put any signage up about which lane is which.
Is that what they said?
No, I didn't say anything because what's the fucking point? Which is why TSA is my douche of the week. What is the fucking point? You think that's going to change anything? Unfortunately, it is not their job to make it an enjoyable experience to travel. You would think someone would be like, maybe if we were a little bit smarter, all these people that we have to screen wouldn't be so fucking angry. So, like I said, I'm already like on the edge, breaking out in a cold sweat, and this guy tells me that I'm in the wrong line. So I had to jump a couple of the what do you call it? I don't know, the dividers or whatever. And I get in that line, get through, no problems. I did get frisked again, which, whatever. I get home. Most of the trip was uneventful. It was very, very turbulent, but it was mostly uneventful. I get home, go to open up my bag, and I find one of these fucking crumpled up pieces of shit in my bag. And this is in case you've never seen one of these, this is the Notice of Baggage Inspection, otherwise known as the "We Raided Your Panty Drawer" notification. So I get that fucking thing, and it's stamped, and it says August 25th, 2019, and some South something or other. They stamp it to make sure that you can't identify which location that you were inspected at. Your bag was inspected at. So I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I have this it looks like a little tiny girly box. It's black and white stripes, and it has a zipper like this far down the lid that zips all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
I go to go in the bag, and that fucking thing is open and upside down, and all of my skincare and all the other shit in it is just spilling out all over my fucking bag. Now, Bulldog, what is the point of putting personal products inside those bags? It's so that you don't make a mess. It's so that you don't make a mess of, like if you have anything that's liquid, it doesn't make a mess of all your shit in your bags, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so nothing happened, thank God. But if you're a TSA agent and you're digging through someone's bags, don't be a fucking dickhead and put my shit back.
That's why you put a lock on it.
Well, here's the thing. If you put a lock on it, they'll cut it off if they need to get into it.
Oh, yeah?
And I had something liquid in the bag that they wanted to look at because it was in heavy glass. It was a souvenir that I bought.
Uh-huh.
So,
what's up, Twyla? So let me tell you something.
Hold on.
No, it's about what you're saying, though.
Okay.
This is the problem that I have. No, actually, you go ahead and finish, because I want to comment on something else, actually. It's not the same thing.
So then I go and I have body care products in just a plastic Ziploc bag. Well, apparently somebody needed to smell what it was or something.
Maybe they used it.
Probably because they open and, okay, it's a pump bottle. So they took the lid off and then they fucking unscrewed it and put it back in the bag unscrewed. And the bag was fucking open. I found that this morning.
Call them.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, there's shit everywhere. They raided my panty. Okay, anytime I have underwear that are dirty, I put them in a bag because I keep my shit separate.
See, that's what you should do from now on. Put all your dirty underwears around your stuff you don't want them to touch.
You know what? I'm just putting that shit right on the top. I don't care if I have to get a brown marker and draw shit stains because girls are a little cleaner. Most girls, not all. I'm just gonna draw shit stains on underwear and leave those right across the top, all just fucking covered in underwear. Go ahead, touch my shit.
No, what you should do, this is what you should do. Call the TSA in Dallas. Okay? And call them and say this to them. I know you don't know who I am, but you're about to find out. I am Judy motherfucking G. I was in the United States Air Force. You are nothing more than a fucking overpaid security guard.
Pretty much.
The next time you feel it necessary to go through somebody's fucking personal shit, make sure you fucking close the stuff up so you don't ruin the inside of their fucking bags. Do I make myself clear there, dipshit? And then when he tries to give you an attitude, you say, you know what? Don't say another fucking word. Let me speak to your boss. And then when the boss gets on, you just you just do it all over again. And then when he starts getting mouthy, you go to the next guy. That will take you at least 9.5 hours.
So here's the lotion that they.
Idea? You should do it.
think it is a great idea. Here's the deal with the lotion that they opened and didn't fucking close. It was a brand new fucking bottle of body serum, and it's more than half empty now. It's $25 a bottle.
Yeah,
you think they're gonna fucking replace that? No. And here's the thing. This is my favorite part of the "We Rated Your Panty Drawer" notification. Let me read this to you. We appreciate your understanding and cooperation. Like I had a fucking choice, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, seriously, if they would have called me up and said, hey, we're going to check your bag, would you like to stand here with us? I absolutely would. Just so that I don't... If they're going to leave my bag like that, at least I can put my shit back together. Because they used to do that years ago when this all first came about. They would inspect the bag with you standing there. Now they don't do it anymore.
See, I have a good idea for all this.
What's
Next
that?
time, I am going to bring 5 big, huge, black dildos.
That actually was suggested.
I'm going to bring a half gallon of anal lube.
KY jelly, baby.
I'm going to pack it very nicely into my bag. And then when they open it up and they start looking at it, poof! Glitter bomb.
Oh, that would be amazing, and I would pay money to see that. So there's more on here that's interesting about this "We Rated Your Panty Bag" notification. It says, if you have questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to contact the TSA Contact Center at this phone number, direct telephone. There's an 800 number, a direct telephone, or an email.
Hold on a second. Matt King says, how is that different from any other trip I take? First of all, there, Mr. Matt King, I only carry 3 big black dildos normally.
BBCs.
Okay?
BBDs.
Yeah, big black cocks.
So, seriously, I'm supposed to call these people or email them? Bulldog, do you really think that's going to change anything?
No, but I would call them.
Do you think it's going to change the fact? First off,
I would still call them.
Why? It's not going to change anything.
You know what? Break the paradigm. As long as we think that nothing's going to change things, they're going to continue to be. A case in point. Last week, my freaking realtor calls me and says, "Oh, during the inspection or during the review of the pictures, the lender is concerned about the stairs on the back of your porch." And I said, why is that? She said, well, you have to have a railing on stairs of 3 or more things. I said, no, you don't. The code is 4 or more stairs. She goes, well, it doesn't matter what the code is. The VA does it their way. I'm like, no, let me make it clear to you. The VA doesn't do it their way. It's only going to continue to do it that way if you don't fucking fight it. People cannot go against the code. If the code is this, they can't go, oh no, bullshit, the code is this. But they're going to continue to do it if people don't bitch. So yeah, call them up and say, look, motherfuckers, I understand you got a fucking job to do. I understand how horrible it must be to have to stick your fucking fingers up Big Bertha's fucking ass because you think she's got a weapon of mass destruction up there.
Well, she does.
For Christ's sakes, did you have to fucking fuck the whole inside of my fucking travel bag because your incompetent fucking douchebag of an ass couldn't fucking close a lid after you smelled it?
Yeah, I
mean,
I understand.
it was a clear but it doesn't mean there have to be a bunch of douches about it.
No, I absolutely agree. They didn't need to leave my shit open. They didn't need to leave shit strewn about. You know, you should. I'm sorry if you don't have time to take it apart and then put it back together in some semblance of what it looked like when you opened it, then you shouldn't be doing your job. If you fucking hate your job that bad that you have to fuck with the innocent people who are shuffling through that airport, you should find a new line of work.
Absolutely.
Because making air travel miserable.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there like having to do some serious deep breathing exercises in the airport yesterday, and I'm sitting there going, I think I need a service dog. I had a really bad day yesterday.
And if you had only known that the worst part of it was yet to come.
Oh, it was. I was like, maybe I was feeling the vibrations from all that shit. They're like, we're going to fuck with this bitch's bag.
Right.
And then when I did pick up the bag at the airport, they had the heavy tag on there because my bag always weighs 50 pounds.
Right.
When I travel for a week, it had the heavy tag on there. I was like, you fucking pussies. I'm carrying that shit around with one hand, and they're all, oh, it's heavy. Our pussies hurt.
Yeah. Right.
You know, Cy has a good point. If we don't stand up for ourselves, they win. Fight the system.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said. All right. Now it's time for my douche of the week. And some people are going to get this. Some are not. For you that are like, oh, this is fucking dumb, shut the fuck up. All right. My douche of the week is 3 separate organizations.
Uh-oh.
Sony, Walt Disney, and Marvel Studios.
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you why. Because these 3 are going to fuck up the comic book fucking movies. Okay? Because Marvel Studios and their owner, Disney, okay, were given the right to use Spider-Man in the Avengers movies and in the MCU. Okay? Now, we all know that over the last at least 15 years, Sony has been the sole proprietor and use of the Spider-Man comic. And they have, for all intents and purposes, fucked the living shit out of the Spider-Man character. Tobey Maguire was awful. Andrew Garfield.
Oh my God, yes.
Andrew Garfield, in my opinion, wasn't awful because the approach he took to the character was very Spider-Man-esque with the way he, tried to make jokes and what have you, but they still weren't very good movies. So now they bring in Spider-Man, they bring him into the Avengers, they do just like they did in the comics, right? The people at the Marvel Cinematic Universe know what they're doing. They're doing these movies with the understanding that they have to mix the comic in with a little bit of their own what have you, okay? And now they can't come to an agreement, okay? The agreement is that they would let them use Spider-Man in the Avengers movies and in the MCU, and Marvel Studios would get like 5% of something, and Sony would get everything else. Well, now, because they've made it so much bigger. What's up, Chambliss? It's one of my former soldiers in the 2nd of the 22nd. We deployed to Afghanistan together in 2010. Awesome to see you, buddy. Awesome to see you. So anyway, the Marvel Studios, because they've developed a character and brought such fame to him again, has asked for more. They want 50%. Well, Sony said, fuck that shit. We ain't giving it to you. So guess what? That just killed Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So now we've just seen Far From Home, and that will officially be the last Spider-Man movie that the Marvel Studios will have control of, and that sucks. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to throw it out to you, for all that are interested in this, that there has been a turn. Okay? There is a little turn. They are still my douches, because it should have never got to this. But all of these studios are not stupid. They do realize the consumer is going to make or break them. Okay? And because there has been such a large whatever, Cerny. I'm sorry. I forgot. I got a TBI. You got to remind me of that shit. Okay? Where was I? Oh, yeah. So they know that the consumer is going to have some say in this, okay?
Right.
And people have gone to the fucking chat boards, and they've shown their displeasure, even going as far as to hashtag their dislike for Sony by saying, what's the word? Boycott Sony.
Mm-hmm.
So they are back at the table. Okay, and Sony and the Marvel Studios and Disney are back at the table, and they are going to continue to talk. So hopefully they'll be able to figure something out, because if not, Spider-Man as we know it will never be the same. And that is awful. I'm a comic book nerd, okay? I'll be the first to admit it. And I love the freaking Tom Holland Spider-Man. I think they've done a great job with it. And only been reminding me for 3 years. Yeah, I know, but you wanted a red shirt scrub top. When I was doing red shirts, that's when you should have reminded me.
Our bad.
So anyway, so that is my douche of the week. Sony, Disney, Marvel Studios for potentially, and still until further notice, fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That poor guy. Poor guy. So sad.
Poor Spidey.
Yep.
Dwayne Lewis just checked in, said hello. Thanks for listening.
Yep. And David Goyette did as well. All right. Hey, did I tell you all that we still have some shirts at Threatcon 5 Clothing that are available? If you want
We did.
Yeah, we did tell you.
Nice.
Oh.
No, I mean we didn't is what I meant.
Yeah,
Some
we
too
still have
many
some.
things at
We
once.
still have some. Not a lot. Not a lot. The for some reason all the grunt stuff is in still there. Lots of grunt stuff. Lots of CIB. Lots of 0311. We've got some Marine Corps EGA shirts left. We got the VA shirt. Some patches. Some brim clips. Some stickers. Yeah.
Some stuffed.
Some stuff. All right. All right. So now it is time that we get into. You know what we get into?
Urban Dictionary.
Any 2X's? Yes, I have 2X's in some things. You have to go on the site and look to see what you want and check to see if that size is there. What'd you say?
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. Yes.
Sweet.
It's time for the Urban Dictionary. All right. I'm going to start tonight. I got one that was sent to me by James Cerny.
Oh, no.
Okay? It is called the Chewbacca.
I'm scared, actually.
This is when you wake up your partner by inserting your hairy balls in her mouth, and you'll hear the sound of a Wookiee. I can't make it. You don't need an example because the definition says it all.
Absolutely it does.
Yes, it does. So there's mine, Chewbacca. Jade Lopez says, gotta grab headphones. Why is that?
Because we're a little crass.
Yeah, I guess.
So mine, this has several definitions, and I'm going to hit the highlights. How's that?
Okay.
The Mississippi handbag. This is all for all you Navy guys.
Oh boy.
A sexual act mentioned in the movie Fanboys because the writers knew that people went to see the movie. They would automatically go home and look up the word on Urban Dictionary or invent some perverse act involving their testicles and some poor girl. That's the number 3 definition. Or I'm sorry, the number 2 definition. The number 1 definition is when a man sticks his balls under a woman's armpit. I'm not really sure what the fetish is there. I'm actually a little scared for. Are we sure
You know
this
that
is Mrs.
sound when you stick your hand under your armpit and you make the fart noise?
Yes. Yeah, but you don't want to do that with balls.
I
Balls
can't
are
make that
sensitive.
noise. I can't make that noise right now. But
Balls are sensitive. You don't want to be doing the whoop 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 with balls underneath.
I can imagine that's really probably the only thing that, I mean, the guys that would do something like that have some sort of fetish where they want pain.
Clearly, yes. Or they like women with hairy armpits, therefore they have to simulate. Maybe. Just go to Turkey. You'll find plenty of them. What's your next definition?
This one was sent to me by Terrell Guel. Canadian cunt burp. When you dip your dick in maple syrup and fuck your Canuck bitch, and it causes an explosive pussy fart that smells like your grandma's pancakes.
Oh my god!
I almost want to read that in Canadian accent. When you dip your dick in a maple syrup, right? And fuck your Canuck bitch, and it causes an explosive pussy fart that smells like your grandma's pancakes, eh?
What was that one again?
Canadian cunt burp.
Canadian cunt burp. Oh my god.
James Reichert is here. Nick Ladson is here. Haven't seen him in tonight.
Wow. Yes.
Ross Golden.
Dwayne Lewis gave us Barfy Smiley. I'm not sure which one. Alabama Black Snake.
Oh, Jesus. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. A black man's wang that has a mind of its own and can open doors and be used as an alarm clock.
Hey, let me make it clear that, it's not necessarily true that black men have bigger cocks than anybody else. Okay?
How do you know, Bulldog?
Let me prove it.
You need to start talking quick.
Huh?
I said you need to start talking quick. How do you know that?
Because I've got mine.
You're not black.
I know, but you would think I am.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. The example sentence. Nigel's Alabama black snake came into my room this morning and told me that it was time to get my ass up. And then the number 1 definition for Alabama black snake, a huge cock of a man from African descent. And the example sentence is, I will choke you with my Alabama black snake. Go ahead.
My God. Oh. All right, the next one that I came across is roaring.
What the what?
Roaring.
Interesting.
R-A-W-I-N-G. Roaring.
Okay.
Okay? Fucking someone without a condom, usually but not always referring to anal sex. I was roaring trade last night because we were both negative. His ass felt great around my... Oh, ugh. Person 2. You're going to get AIDS. Why? Why? See? No.
Oh shit.
No. Never.
Oh my god. Nick Ladson said, talking about my one that I just did. While you got that out, go snake the lavatory.
All right, moving right along to your next one, and then that's it.
Right on, because that's enough.
Because I've got ick face.
Because you got ick
I
face.
got ick face.
I got Alabama three-way.
Oh, Jesus. An Alabama three-way. Isn't that between you,
Hold
your
on.
mother, and your sister?
Hold on. Yeah. So the number 3 definition is a homosexual encounter between 3 supposedly straight religious men. Usually takes place right after they all condemn gay marriage as being a mortal threat to traditional marriage as we would know it.
How the hell does that work? Hey, you know what? Let me tell you something right now, okay? I'm up. Spit. All right? I'm going to tell you right now that there is nothing normal about 2 men getting married. All right? I mean, for example, right now, why don't you both take off your clothes and let me suck your dick? By God. How the fuck does that work?
I'm not really sure. It seems to be a popular definition, though, because there are lots of definitions. I'm only reading 3, and a lot of them mention 3 old white guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
know it's white guys because they don't want to get involved with that black snake.
Well,
Number
they don't
2.
want to be roaring.
Yeah, no roaring. Alabama three-way. Number 2, a sexual act involving 3 incredibly unattractive individuals. Oh my God. The 2012 Republican primary race is like an Alabama three-way between your crazy uncle, your least favorite cousin, and a live pig.
All right. See, I'm not buying any of that. Okay? I'm going to give you the real Alabama three-way definition. You
No,
ready?
I've got it
No,
right
I'm
here.
giving it to you right now. Okay? Here I am talking to you today. Okay, we're at work, working at the gas station. Okay? And I'm going to say, hey, Judy, last night I had me a good old Alabama three-way. And you're going to say, oh, shit, no way. I'm going to say, yep, my sister was done sucking on my dick. Well, I turned around and pulled it out and stuck it right in my mom's ass.
Oh.
Roll Tide!
So the number 1, the top definition of Alabama three-way is sexual intercourse between 3 individuals that are related by a maximum distance of second cousin.
Yeah, no.
Typically
It's a lot
involves
closer
2
than that.
It typically involves 2 males, cousins, brothers, uncle, nephew, father, son, grandfather, grandson, etc., and a female, sister, cousin, aunt, wife, grandma, mother. Similar to a three-way, but a little more incestuous.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Wow. Are you lit now? Do you need to breathe deeply so you don't lit?
I'm good. All right. What time is it now? Is it time for our not top 10?
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Do we even have one?
Yeah, we do. I sent you one at the end of the show last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I'm glad I did because I knew I would need one for this week.
Alrighty then. This week's not top 10 is the outrageous adventures of Florida woman.
Ah, there you
See,
go.
you thought only men were the ones that were doing crazy shit.
So do you think Florida woman has a mullet as well?
Yeah, she probably looks a lot like Florida man. No question about
Florida man. Florida man.
it. Does whatever a Florida man can. All right.
Oh
so,
my
in
God.
Florida, the Sunshine Law makes it possible for public records and the government to be accessible to anyone. And actually, I think that's pretty much everywhere. Florida, you did not fucking
You did
put
not
this
have
shit
that
on the
market.
map.
For- yeah.
This means journalists can access every single time someone has been arrested in the state. Because of that, we get to hear of all those most ridiculous stories that can never make it to the news in other states. But damn, they sure try. I added that. Just going to let you know. Here are the
Right.
top 10s. We've already done a list for the Florida man. Now it's basically time for us to do Florida woman.
Florida woman.
Number 10. Florida woman smears bananas over patron's car at Trump's country club. And I bet you she suffered from that Trump
Derangement
syndrome, huh? When Donald Trump became president of the United States in November 2016, conservatives across the country rejoiced, while the reaction from the left was less enthusiastic. And in 2019, things have not changed. There were plenty of people who couldn't believe it was actually happening. It caused a pretty major rift amongst Americans almost overnight. Some people reacted in sadness, listening to sounds of silence on repeat. Others were angry and ready to start a revolution right then and there. It seems to be the case for 48-year-old Florida resident Kelly Weidman. Well, we're not sure you can really call it a revolution, but it was something. In January 2017, her rage had already been bubbling for a few months when she was ready to take her fight to the streets. Weidman showed up at Trump's private country club and resort, Mar-a-Lago, in Palm Beach. She walked through the front door, opened every computer in the lobby to the Word documents just so she could type out profanities about Donald Trump. Then she took bunches of bananas from the breakfast bar and smeared them all over the luxury cars in the parking lot. And it did not take long for her to be detained by security. Well, apparently it did if she was able to access every computer, open up every word, put in profanities, and then scrub a fucking car with bananas.
Steal bananas from the hotel and then go out to the parking lot and get to the cars.
Yeah. And this is why the left has lost their fucking minds. You snorted. Drink up, everybody.
Join me in a brewski. Number 9. Florida woman holds up a postal truck and rides off on a tricycle.
No, this one's good.
It is good. On December 28th, 2018, a 52-year-old woman named Lita Chrysostom was done with her Christmas break, and she was ready for some action. But instead of trying to relax and prepare for New Year's Eve, Chrysostom rode around Collier County on a tricycle, ready to cause some trouble. This woman sounds like a good time. She was yelling and pointing a gun, maybe not, at unsuspecting victims. Instead of trying to commit Grand Theft Auto to upgrade her ride, she pointed a gun at a postal worker and demanded to take one of the packages from the truck. The victim gave her the box, which is all she could find in the basket, and she slowly pedaled away. Witnesses called the police and presumably described the situation as hilarious, and she was caught soon after. Not only was her transportation the same as a 2-year-old's, but turns out her gun was a toy too.
Oh, boy.
Because you're supposed to know that. You know, if they look similar, you're supposed to know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
She was arrested and charged with armed robbery, and assault with a deadly weapon. Chrysostom told the police that she was the one true God, and that she could hear holy voices in her head telling her to do these things. I think modern day medicine calls that paranoid schizophrenia.
Well, I don't believe in any god. I don't believe in any gods. But if you're a god, I think you could handle better transportation than a tricycle.
Yeah, seriously. I was in Dallas on an electric scooter this weekend. That was fun. Those little bitches do 12 miles an hour.
It's only a little step up from a tricycle.
Yeah, but at least you're standing and not bashing your knees on some handlebar.
True.
Oh, shit.
Number 8. This one's going to take a little bit of imagination. A woman named Nicole Reed was grocery shopping at a Publix in Deland. She went to the seafood counter and ordered 7 lobster tails. 7! After the clerk handed her the seafood, she snuck down the baby aisle and started stuffing the crustaceans down her pants. Funny, we would have guessed they were crabs. Every move she made was caught on the security cameras. The public employees immediately called the police, She took plenty of time adjusting the lobsters inside her pants to make sure they all fit because she casually walked out of the store. She was caught by police who were already waiting for her by the time she got there. Those 7 lobster tails retailed for $12 each. And if you're good at math, you know that that's $84. Right?
Right on.
Is it though?
I didn't do the math. Something like that.
7 times 12 is 84?
Sure.
I thought it was 72.
Listen,
What is 7 times 12? 7 times 6 is 60, correct?
It's
Or is that
84, damn it. You had it right.
All right,
For
whatever.
fuck's sake.
She planned to trade it on the black market for prescription painkillers called Dilaudid.
Oh my god.
This was Reed's 6th time getting arrested for similar crimes.
No way.
Why do people still sell her lobster? I mean, once she sticks the lobster down her pants, it is no longer edible by anybody else.
Yeah, ew. Blech.
There should be a picture in every fucking seafood section of every grocery store in that 50-mile radius of where she lives. Do not sell lobster tail to this douche canoe. She's just going to stick it up her yahoo down her fucking pants in the baby aisle, and then we are out $84. And even worse, somebody is out some lobster tail.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of fucking lobster tail.
That's expensive tail.
Yeah, it is. Well, not really.
Well, it's... Never mind. Number 7, Florida woman doesn't get her McFlurry, so she set a car on fire. That
How does
seems
anybody
like...
get a McFlurry? The ice cream machine's always down.
Always fucking broken. Sometimes a sweet tooth can really get the best of us, and no amount of willpower can stop us from eating dessert. At 12:30 a.m. on March 19th, 2014, a couple was going through the drive-thru of a 24-hour McDonald's in Jacksonville. The woman wanted to order a McFlurry, but her boyfriend cut her off, refusing to purchase it for her, presumably because he didn't want her to get fat. No, you don't know that. Maybe he's fucking cheap ass.
That's awful presumptuous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They both got into an argument over the ice cream while the McDonald's employees awkwardly listened to their disagreement. It was soon after this moment when the drive-thru employee heard the woman say, "I'm gonna blow it up."
Oh shit.
This mystery woman stepped out of the car, grabbed a gas tank from the trunk, and pulled matches out of her pocket.
Holy shit.
She doused the car in gasoline and set the 1994 El Dorado on fire. You just did the world a favor, lady. Security camera footage shows that the flames were huge.
Huge.
An employee scrambled to call 911 and gather buckets of water in an attempt to save the couple from being burned to a crisp. The woman walked away from the scene while her boyfriend presumably began driving the car out of the McDonald's parking lot while it was still on fire.
Why does it keep saying presumably?
Presumably.
Yeah, why?
Because they're ad-libbing. The author of this story is ad-libbing. He's taking a little liberty. By the time the employees were outside with their buckets of water, the car was already gone. Neither of them were ever caught by police, so no one knows their true identities. The real moral of the story: never keep a woman from her ice cream.
Hey, I mean, is it really illegal to set your own car on fire? Only if you're going to claim the insurance, right?
Yeah, or, you're trying to get out of making payments for it.
Yeah. All right. We've touched on a lot of Florida man and a lot of Florida woman stories. This one is by far the winner.
Uh-oh.
This one was even spoke about on the TLC channel.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Most of us have had fond childhood memories of summer vacations at amusement parks. But one Florida woman named Linda Ducharme, her love went beyond...
Ducharme?
Ducharme.
That's fantastic.
Ducharme.
No, it's like douche arm.
Yeah, whatever. Her love went beyond that by most people, but what most people would ever feel for a ride. When she was a teenager, she had a part-time job operating a Ferris wheel that she lovingly nicknamed Bruce. As an adult, she traveled back to her hometown and wanted to see what had happened to her favorite ride.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was shocked to discover that Bruce had been torn down and its metal pieces just completely rusted over the years. I carry pizza to him. Bruce smells pizza. And then there is love of his life. He knows that the love of his life is returning for him. I ate pizza with him. I was able to have some intimate moments with him. It felt like I had never left him. Indeed, she wanted to buy Bruce the Ferris wheel and restore him to his former glory. But she went one step further. Judy, do you know what she did? She legally married the amusement park ride. During a televised interview on TLC,
Wow.
she claimed that even though Bruce is an inanimate object, their relationship is very similar to what other man and woman experience. We're not
That's
sure,
disgusting.
We're not sure what we want that we want to hear any details, but okay. Yeah. I don't know.
You should never.
Why are you skipping? You have
I'm
bad
kind of
internet?
at a loss here. Like,
Do you have bad internet
me.
right now?
Am I?
Yeah.
Well, fucking fuckity fuck.
Yeah, fuckity fuck is right.
Number 5,
I don't... Judy.
woman pulled a knife on the man.
You keep freezing.
Fucking fuck. Is my audio going out at all?
Yeah, but you keep skipping.
Oh, I hear it now. Yeah.
Oh, now you're good.
All right, we'll try this again. Florida woman pulled a knife on the man who complained about her farts.
Oh, I did this story.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't remember it. That doesn't mean you didn't. We just do so many stories that kind of run together after a while, you know? Everybody farts. Women are usually raised to try their best to conceal their flatulence because women passing gas in public is seen as unladylike, even though they get gassy just as often as men. But for one woman in Dania Beach, I'm assuming is how you say that, she wasn't going to let the patriarchy get her down. She was going to fart as loud as she wanted and not care what anybody had to say about it. Oh, that's a classy girl right there.
Well, if you saw her fucking picture.
Yeah, you got a point there. I'm not really sure that's a woman.
No.
Shanetta Yvette Wilson was standing in line at the dollar store when she ripped a very loud and smelly fart. Instead of laughing or politely ignoring that it ever happened, the man standing behind her started to complain, telling Wilson that she was disgusting. She pulled a knife out of her pocket and lunged at the man, because she's a fucking lunatic, saying that she was going to gut him like a fish. Fucking idiot. Wilson was detained and arrested on aggravated assault charges. Presumably, the assault was the knife thing and not the fart thing. I don't know. Maybe the fart was offensive enough. Maybe she should get charged with both.
Yeah.
Both crimes are aggravated assault.
Possibly. Hey.
Oh, shit.
So down in Florida, a lot of people like to do, there's a lot of popular activities down there that are, you can swim with dolphins, you can swim with manatees and stuff like that, but did you also know that if no, did I say manatees?
I think so. Dolphins.
Yeah, okay. It's actually illegal and punishable by a fine of $500 and up to 60 days in jail if you touch a manatee. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, I didn't know that, but I know they're an endangered species.
Yeah, okay. So this woman This woman, Anna Gutierrez, got the shock of her life when she was arrested for riding on the back of a wild manatee.
That sounds like a damn good time. I want
Yeah.
to do that.
There's usually signs posted around the beaches warning you not to touch the animals, but according to the St. Petersburg police, there are plenty of tourists witnessed feeding, touching, and even riding manatees every single day. So why did witnesses call the police on Gutierrez? It's because she's a Cuban immigrant? Maybe? On the day that she was riding on a manatee, someone on the beach took photos of Gutierrez, immediately called the police. When the sheriff approached, Gutierrez and her family was taken in for questioning. Gutierrez could only speak Spanish, so she may not have understood that she was supposed to appear for a later court date. When she missed her trial, she now has a warrant for an arrest. They showed up at her job at Sears, where she worked as a cleaning lady. They asked her to step outside and arrested her in front of the building while her co-workers watched. This was so humiliating, she left as though she could never go back to work again. According to Fox News, she is the one and only person who has ever served time for violating the Florida Manatee Sanctuary Act.
Wow.
Yeah. Good for her.
Fucking racist bastards. That sounds like fun. Just saying.
Yeah. Number 3.
This mugshot scares me. Florida woman arrested in her booby-trapped home. Living alone can be frightening for a woman. It can. If you watch the news or listen to literally any episode of the My Favorite Murder podcast, you'll know that single ladies have a real reason to fear for their safety. While it's understandable for someone to want to get a dog or maybe put up a security camera, Florida woman Nick Cole is how it's spelled. Nicole DeCama took it to the next level. She would not settle for less than 3,714 swords, knives, and daggers set up around her mobile home like booby traps. Bulldog. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet that hardware was worth more than the mobile home?
Yeah. No question.
Oh, shit. She got in trouble for carrying around a concealed firearm with the proper permit, and in 2015, she had violated her parole. I'm assuming they meant to say without the proper permit. And in 2015, violated her parole. Police officers were knocking on her door in an attempt to take her into custody. When she opened the front door, she lunged at officers with a katana.
Oh, shit.
She was arrested for assaulting a police officer, and more investigators were called in to remove the weapons from her property. There were knives covering the home from floor to ceiling, with axes and knives even hanging from the roof, ready to be tripped off by wires.
Oh.
DeCama decorated the house with Halloween props of fake severed heads, limbs, and blood. Are we sure they were fake? Even though they came prepared for the booby traps, several officers were still injured as they tried to maneuver through the home. Dummies. This next one.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Number 2.
Derailed lady.
When you're high,
Uh-oh.
you don't always do or say the smartest things. And unfortunately for 19-year-old Fort Lauderdale resident Anisha Heller, no one was around to take her cell phone away before she made a really bad decision.
Uh-oh.
Her drug dealer, or let's just take the word drug out of that, her dealer never showed up to deliver her weed. If she paid them ahead of time, they had technically stolen money from her, so she thought it was a good idea to call 911 and report them. While there are plenty of debates over the legalization of marijuana in the United States, it is still very much illegal in 2015 when this story took place. The phone call gave the police probable cause to search her home.
I wonder what they found.
Well, Heller was high on flakka, which is also known as bath salts.
Yeah.
Became famous as the zombie drug because of the wild rumors it caused users to go crazy and they began eating people's faces. When the police found a bag of drugs in her pocket, it was enough to arrest her for possession of narcotics. Woman not too smart.
Not really.
No, but she's definitely a lot smarter than the number one.
Yeah. Florida woman caught stealing while wearing a "Won't Be Caught" t-shirt.
Uh-huh.
Some people are incredibly confident in themselves for absolutely no reason. There is probably no better example of this than an incident that took place in Tampa. Two women stole $1,500 in perfume and cologne from a beauty supply store called Ulta. $1,500, so that's like 5 bottles. The security camera snapped a photo of the suspect, and one of the women was wearing a t-shirt that said, "Won't be caught." Detective Larry McKinnon was outraged at the audacity of her t-shirt. First day on the force, buddy. And he told the local news, "We'd like to prove with the community's help that she is not untouchable, that she will be caught, and she will be placed where she deserves to be, and that's behind bars."
Oh, boy.
Funny enough, though, she was right. Even though their faces were clearly visible in the security footage, and they even knew what kind of car she drove, the two suspects were never turned into the police. Since this happened in March 2015, it's not very likely that they will ever see these Florida women behind bars.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah?
Crazy shit. Crazy shit.
I just think it's funny that the detective was all, "Oh my God."
Judy, it's 8:26. We have
Wow.
30 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
So it is definitely time for us to hit our not necessarily the news.
The noose.
But we have to start with a follow-up story.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Do you remember the Minnesota man who threw a death party for his wife?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I remember covering that.
Minnesota man who threw an ailing wife a drug-fueled death party has been sentenced to 3 years behind bars
Really?
after copping a plea deal, according to the report. Dwayne Arden Johnson, 59, who pleaded guilty to criminal neglect in June, was sentenced Monday in a plea deal approved by Judge Robert Dougherty. He was given credit for 201 days already served in the slammer. A charge of a third-degree murder was dismissed in the plea deal. Johnson told investigators that his wife, Deborah Lynn, begged him to take her home to die in January, and they held a death party that included taking methamphetamine. Oops.
Yeah, right.
Johnson told investigators that his wife... A naked Johnson ran outside, yelled that his wife was dead, and then hurried back in the home, according to the police report. Police found him in a bathtub, where he said he was trying to cleanse little white and black things from his skin. They also found 47 guns and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. During the days-long death party, the couple rocked out to their favorite song, Quiet Riot's Mental Health, and abused meth. My opinion, he shouldn't have got any jail time.
I don't think so.
Nope. He was only following his wife's dying wishes.
Seriously.
Who cares if she wanted to do stuff that was a lot of fucking out of, legal? It wasn't legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a way to go, Felix Irving's all part. He's very excited with the meth death party. He posted a bunch of the skull and crossbones smileys.
Yep. I mean, who wouldn't want to go out that way? Rocking to Quiet Riot while fucking smoking meth and being naked. She was gonna die anyway.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep. Moving right along.
My first story actually is from... Hold on. It's from Jade. She sent me this one, and it's a Florida woman story, which is really funny that she sent what she sent, and we're doing those. We did the top 10 this week. So, hi, little kitty. A woman arrested for domestic violence attacked a man in the style of wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin, according to an account provided to cops by the victims. Chastity Bodner, 23, got into a physical altercation with Cody Lee Havens, 26, Saturday afternoon at a residence in Fort Pierce, Florida, an arrest affidavit notes. Havens said that Bodner, pictured above, got upset when he told her that she drinks too much. Havens said that an enraged Bodner first threw her phone at him, striking him in the throat. Then he walked out of the house and into the attached garage with Bodner following. Inside the garage, Bodner took 2 beer cans and proceeded to Stone Cold Steve Austin my ass. Oh my God, that's cracking me up. These stories just write themselves. He said that Bodner went crazy on him. Havens told police that he was forced to pin Bodner to the ground until officers arrived at the home. I observed 2 beer cans in the garage that appeared to be crushed in the general vicinity of where the incident occurred, said a sheriff's deputy. The court filing does not reveal whether Bodner attempted Austin's famous finishing move, the Stone Cold Stunner. One of Austin's other trademarks was the shotgunning of 2 cans of beer, which the wrestler tossed aside after they were simultaneously drained. Now, I got to tell you, I don't know if you've seen him in the last 5 years or so. He has gotten a little weak on that. When he throws the beer can, there's still a lot of beer in it because he's just like us. He's not getting any younger. Bodner was arrested on misdemeanor battery charge and booked into the county jail early Saturday night. She was released from custody Sunday afternoon. There is a little bit of talk on the streets that WWE has contacted her.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh, she Stone Cold Steve Austin my ass. That is fantastic. I want to know exactly what he means by that.
I don't know. I hope it
Because he likes to
doesn't
crush beer
legitimately
cans.
mean
Yeah.
his ass.
Yeah, hopefully not. He probably shouldn't admit to that out loud.
Yeah, right. All right, so this next story comes from Matt Bartberger. It was sent to me by him earlier last week, and it comes out of Connecticut. Westport, Connecticut. A 28-year-old Norwalk woman has been arrested after allegedly removing the top part of her bathing suit at Campo Beach last month. Oh, it gets better. Police said when a person told the woman that her behavior was inappropriate for a public beach, the woman allegedly removed the bottom portion of her bathing suit as well, exposing her buttocks.
Her buttocks.
The person who complained had a juvenile child with her who police said apparently witnessed this entire incident. More than a month after the incident, an extensive investigation, Anna Lee Haldeman, 28, of Renzulli Road in Norwalk, was arrested. She was charged with risk of injury to a minor and breach of peace. What was the risk of injury? Was her boobs going to smack the kid in the face or something? What the fuck? Police said the incident happened around 1:30 p.m. on Monday, July 15th. Officers responded to Campo Beach on what was reported by the complainant as an indecent exposure. The caller reported to the officers that she had observed a female on the beach remove the top portion of her bathing suit to tan. Believing this behavior was inappropriate for a public beach, this individual attempted to confront the woman about what she was doing. And, you know, we ought to have Karen arrested on this, too, because she should have just left this shit alone. Upon speaking with the individual and attempting to convey her concerns, the woman allegedly became belligerent and proceeded to remove the bottom portion of her bathing suit, exposing her buttocks. So, in other words, the woman was laying on her stomach. Nobody saw
I know
her.
what the damages are, what the child's harm is.
Well, I'm guessing, though, she was laying on her stomach. So she took her bathing suit off. She didn't really take it off. She just undid the back so she didn't have tan lines, right?
Right.
Okay. The complainant said her juvenile child at the time, who apparently witnessed this incident, the complainant reported that in addition to the inappropriate behavior, the woman appeared to her to be under the influence of alcohol at the time of the interaction. An extensive investigation by the officer led the identification of the suspect in this incident as Anna Lee Alderman. Now, this is not very good fucking police work, if you ask me, because they responded to the incident at the beach and they had to do an extensive investigation. How many fucking women were bathing naked?
Right.
In the subsequent interview with Haldeman, she stated that she did not recall what she may have done on the date in question, but apologized for her behavior. An arrest warrant was sought and granted for Haldeman in connection with this incident. So did they not speak with her on that day?
Maybe.
Sounds like not very good police work.
Maybe they were afraid of her Alabama black snake.
Haldeman came to police headquarters on Saturday to turn herself in on this warrant. She's scheduled to be arraigned on charges in Superior Court on Friday. Ooh, this is bad. Anna Lee Haldeman is the daughter of Robert Joe Haldeman, the former CBS News producer accused of trying to blackmail comedian David Letterman.
Oops.
9 years ago, he pleaded guilty, attempted second degree and grand larceny in exchange for 6 months in jail, 5 years probation, and 1,000 hours of community service. CNN reported the former 48 Hours producer admitted that he tried to extort $2 million from Letterman to keep quiet about the Late Show host's sexual affairs. Well, they're out of the fucking bag now, aren't they? Moving right along.
It was a new day and a new route for the Philly Naked Bike Ride, an annual tradition 11 years strong in which nude and barely clothed cyclists take to the streets of the city of brotherly love to promote body positivity.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No such thing.
Look, if you're gross, you're gross, okay? There's nothing positive about that. Hundreds came out to participate in the ride, which started in FDR Park before heading over to the trendy East Passaic, I'm not sure how to say that neighborhood, up to City Hall. Say that again?
Passaic.
Okay. Up to the City Hall and over to the Philadelphia Museum of Art. But please keep your body parts off the art. The ride, in addition to promoting healthy body perceptions, also encourages awareness of fuel consumption and advocates for cyclist rights. It's also one giant party, according to Wesley Hanna, one of the event's several organizers. It feels like a big rolling party, said Hanna. As an avid cyclist in Philadelphia, the ride serves as a time for him to share his love of biking in the city with others. What makes the ride special for me is the fact that it brings all the different bike crews in the city together. We all come together and we pull this thing off, literally. And we get to invite an enormous amount of people into the city and we show them where we ride on a daily basis. And then he goes on to say, we're showing people something really awesome here.
Well, already
No, you're not. The Naked Bike Ride for Hanna is really a celebration of Philadelphia cycling. It just happens to be done naked. So I want to know, Bulldog, how many people went to their doctor's offices for excessive chafing in places that aren't used to being exposed and sunburns?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I wonder if you get chafing from that freaking sticking your balls into somebody's armpits.
Like, seriously, wouldn't I mean, I'm just thinking about anatomy here.
Yeah, I
And
know.
bike
Hey,
seats.
so
Ugh.
Judy, before I get to my story, I have to give you a breaking news story right now.
Uh-huh.
And that's only if there are people that are listening here in New Hampshire and northern Massachusetts. Methuen, Mass, my hometown actually, has got breaking news that they are halting all evening activities on city properties after triple E risk has been raised to critical. A horse contracted and died from triple E, and a woman died over the weekend from triple E at Tufts Medical Center. So if you're in those areas, just know that there is a triple E risk raised to critical. Please be careful.
Interesting.
That's the Eastern Equine Epiphysis, blah, blah, blah.
God bless
whatever
you.
Yeah, that. Okay. All right, so this brings us to our next story. Sebring, Florida. Florida man.
Florida man.
Is facing criminal charges after police say he performed, get this, a botched castration surgery on another man who he
I
met
have
on
the story.
on a man he met on a website for people who have eunuch fetishes. Officers responding to a 911 hang-up from a phone in Sebring on Sunday were met by 74-year-old Gary Van Riskwick, who allegedly admitted to performing a castration on a man who was bleeding heavily inside his house with a towel over his groin. According to the post on the Highland County Sheriff's Department's Facebook page, boy, they just went right to fucking social media on that shit, huh? The man was rushed to nearby hospital before being flown to a regional medical center where police say he is in stable condition. During a search of Van Ricewick's house, police found a room that was set up like a surgical center with medical equipment and painkillers. There was also a camera set up to record the procedure. Van Riskwick told deputies he had met the victim on a website on the dark web that is geared toward people who have castration fetishes. He told the... I don't know. He told the victim he had experience on animals and even removed one of his own testicles in 2012.
Oh.
He was arrested on a charge of practicing medicine without a license and resulting in bodily injury, a second-degree felony. His bond was set at $250,000. Anyone who has information on him or has that he has done surgery on, please step forward by calling the Sheriff's Office app or the Roger St. Laurent, the detective, at 863-402-7250. Okay? Fuck me. If I'm gonna be castrated, I want to know that the guy that's castrating me has a fucking medical license.
What? Here's what I don't understand about this fetish. How is it a fetish if there's not a whole lot of like repeat performance?
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know. But Matt Bartberger sent me that one too.
Oh, Jesus.
Moving right along.
So that was my next story. So this is going to take me a second. If you have one loaded up, go ahead.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh shit.
A Memphis woman has a doozy of a terrible date story. A man stole her car while they were out on a date and used it to take out her godsister.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's right. The man was out on a date with woman A, stole her car to take out woman A's godsister. Faith Pugh says a man she knew from high school asked her to dinner, then showed up for a date without a car. So they took her Volvo. The man, Kelton Griffith, asked her to stop at a gas station and get him a cigar. She went inside to buy it. When she came out, her date and her car were gone. Pugh's mother picked her up and used GPS to track her car. They followed the signal to a drive-in theater where they found her car and her guy and her godsister on a date. They called the police and Griffin was arrested on the spot. Ha! That's bad. And that was sent to me by John Widoff.
Raging Waters was shut down early Sunday afternoon after a large fight that started over a beach towel and nearly killed a man. The 40-person brawl began around 3:30 p.m. by the Lazy River picnic area after a disagreement between two women over who took whose beach towel, said Everest Robillard, the I won't say where Expo police chief. Christopher Naves, a 35-year-old resident, tried to break up the fight but was attacked by three other people who jumped in after him. The fight grew to about 40 participants, with a smaller group trading blows and the rest exchanging insults. Wow. Officers arrived and found Naves without a pulse or a heartbeat for an unknown amount of time. CPR was administered on the scene and his heartbeat returned before he was carried out on a gurney and transferred to a medical center. Officers said that the police and park rangers assisted, fearing that the fight might resume later. Rick I think that's Lafrady is how you say that. General manager of Raging Water said he closed the park early because of the brawl. The safety of all Raging Water guests is our top priority. Guests were cleared out at their own pace, not the way officials would clear during an evacuation. No arrests were made, but all people involved in the fight were identified, photographed, and released. If the police feel they have enough as evidence to press criminal charges against the combatants, it's a fucking beach towel. Robillard said the DA will have to support the prosecution for arrests to be made. Now, I know you guys are going to be totally surprised by this. Alcohol was a factor leading to the fight. Neves remains in intensive care at the medical center. Now, how many of you actually think that this probably happened in Florida? That sounds like a typical Florida story. No, even better, in one of our other favorite states, it happened in California. Sacramento.
How about that?
In the left coast.
Yeah. Judy, a pussy's craving attention.
It is. It totally is.
Next story brings us to Kennewick, Washington, where this story was sent to me today by Cindy Cerny. A Tri-Cities man experienced instant karma over the weekend when his pickup was stolen.
Karma?
Huh?
Karma?
Yep, instant karma. Over the weekend when his pickup was stolen while he was robbing the business across the street.
Oh, shit.
The incident unfolded around 6 a.m. Sunday when Kennewick police responded to the 500 block of East Bruno Ave for reports of a vehicle theft. The vehicle's owner told officers someone had stolen his red 1992 Chevy pickup. The owner had left the keys behind the seat and the thief drove off with the truck. But after surveillance video was reviewed, police discovered that the reason the pickup owner had left his truck was because he was off stealing items from a business across the street.
Whoops.
The pickup owner was then booked in Benton County Jail on a warrant and a new burglary charge. And guess what? His pickup is still missing. Man, if you're robbing a fucking place, don't report your fucking car stolen.
Seriously, you tard.
Jade Lopez said she got into a fistfight brawl over a debate on a one-piece swimsuit. Moving right along.
So, this happened this morning. So you know I wasn't involved. Police in Dallas are searching for a group of the would-be ATM robbers who didn't have a very successful morning. The incident happened at a 7-Eleven store in the 2500 block of Oak Lawn Avenue. It was before sunrise when 3 or 4 masked men in a pickup buzzed past an employee outside sweeping the parking lot. The driver crashed through the glass storefront and slammed into an ATM. Several men jumped out, grabbed the ATM, put it in the back of the truck, but as the driver attempted to speed away, the money machine fell out of the truck bed and onto the roadway.
Jesus.
The thieves, of course, did not stop to pick up the money machine. When officers arrived, they used a dolly to carry the ATM back to the store. The search does continue for the idiots. I mean, the robbers. The news doesn't say idiots. Of course not. But I do. The idiots who stole the machine and thought they were going to get away with it. And there's actually, I'm going to post this in the comments because there's video of people trying to upright this bitch and get it dollied back to the store.
Right,
it's fantastic.
This one is not a very long story, but when you read a headline like this, I'm going to read the headline, and I want you to tell me where you think this happened.
Uh-oh.
Marion man in electric cart fondled himself while following a woman at blank.
Mm-hmm. The State Fair.
No.
Oh.
Good guess, though. A man on an electric cart at the Marion Walmart followed a woman around the store as he exposed and fondled himself Saturday, according to the Marion police. Gary Sheriff, 65, of Marion, has been charged with indecent exposure. The incident allegedly took place at the Walmart in Marion, located at 5491 Highway 151. Indecent exposure is classified as a serious misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail. There you go. And that was sent to me by John Whittorf.
All right.
It was either Florida or Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
See, Kendra guessed it.
I was thinking, well, it kind of sounds like State Fair.
You're gonna
I'm sorry. I was looking at a story and it's not. Go ahead. If you have another one, go ahead, because I didn't.
Jesus. All right.
I know I suck this week.
All right. Woman arrested for allegedly bringing meth into court for her hearing on drug charges. A North Carolina woman is facing a new drug charge after she was arrested on suspicion of bringing methamphetamine into the court for a hearing on a previous drug charge. Brooke Ann Kellums, 24, was scheduled to appear in court Tuesday in the Randolph County on possession of heroin and drug paraphernalia charges. Look it, I mean, can you fault the chick? She thought she was going to get off and she was going to celebrate with a bump in the fucking parking lot. When Kellums went through security checkpoint at the courthouse, officials report that they spotted a round container in the metal bowl that holds personal items as a person walks through the metal detector. Well, at least she didn't want to fucking hide it. I mean, she showed it to them.
You got a point there.
Yeah. Investigators identified the substance in the container as meth. Kellums was arrested and charged with felony possession of methamphetamine and misdemeanor drug paraphernalia charges. She was then taken back to court for the hearing on the original drug charge. And she's going to be doing a lot of fucking time in jail. Right? Like Matt King says, Your Honor, may I present Exhibit A? She not too bright.
Now, this one, I hope, I don't want this to spark any political debate, because this is very, very interesting. New York, a man is suing Costco for religious discrimination. He tells Eyewitness News exclusively that when he refused to work with pork, the major retailer sent him outside to gather carts. Just because you have a different belief, that doesn't give anybody the right to treat you different, said Gene Camara, who is suing Costco. That's why Gene says he's doing what he's doing, suing Costco for religious employment discrimination. The devout Muslim says he was working as a cashier's assistant at the Costco in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, in September of 2012 when pork came across the conveyor belt. It's against his religious beliefs to touch either pork or alcohol. Camara says after telling his managers this, they transferred him outside collecting the shopping carts.
What were they supposed to do?
So they gave him reasonable accommodation. They didn't terminate him.
Yeah, he ain't winning.
Camara says they never told him why he was reassigned. He says, I think that the case progresses in the trial where we are in now, that as the case progresses, I think the facts are going to come out and they're going to speak for themselves. Yeah, that they kept you on as an employee? I'm not sure what we're supposed to get out of this. He says that he asked his managers if he could work in the electronics department, but his requests were repeatedly denied.
Well, of course they were denied. What are you going to give Muslims access to fucking electronic equipment?
He ended up filing a
human.
you are. I'll see you there. I'll be right there with you because I'm laughing at it.
I don't care.
He ended up filing a human rights complaint against the company. 16 days later, he was fired for insubordinate conduct. Oh, that should be interesting if you have a leg to stand on. He says, we all share different beliefs, so we all should be treated equally no matter what belief we have. It's not okay to discriminate against someone for their religion. It isn't okay. It isn't okay to treat them differently. You know what he
sounds like? Ilhan Omar. Yep. He's been listening to that dumb bitch for too long.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're probably right. But they gave you another job. You know, if they cut his pay, I could see them him having a leg to stand on. But if they transferred you instead of terminating you,
Yeah.
let's you signed up to be a cashier, for fuck's sake, and you knew the store sold pork and alcohol, so I think they were pretty reasonable. I hope he doesn't win.
No, I can't see him winning.
Yeah, I hope
All
not.
right, we're going to close the show with a story that is not necessarily funny unless you use your imagination like I did.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Jorge Portasierra, who had a plan to barbecue all the child molesters and kill them, is now in jail.
Sounds like
Police
a plan.
say the 50-year-old Portasierra was trying to kill sex offenders and set them on fire at the Friendly Village Inn and Motel in Kissimmee, Florida. An Osceola County detective said the man admitted his plan, and he has now been charged with 4 counts of attempted premeditated murder. I don't see a problem with this. According to
I
the
don't
police
either.
report, a man was standing outside his room when Portasierra jumped out of his car, began screaming at the individual, terrified the man ran back into his room, prompting Portasierra to break one motel's windows. What the fuck? Break one
are you reading
motel's windows
excellent journalism?
and pour gasoline inside. The enraged Portasierra also reportedly yelled, "You're going to die, child molester. I'm coming in." Meanwhile, the man and his roommate escaped through a back window. In addition, Portasierra allegedly attacked 2 other individuals inside a car in the hotel parking lot. First, by pouring gasoline into the car through an open window. When the driver attempted to flee, he got into his black Ford Focus and started ramming the car. Deputies then arrived on the scene, where they said Portasierra surrendered right away, waiving his Miranda rights. Portasierra confessed and told the authorities they raped kids, they're child molesters, they all live here and deserve to die. Osceola
I don't
County
argue
is
with
known
that.
for being a sex offender haven, as it isn't the restricted range of schools, playgrounds, and churches. There is a history of registered sex offenders living at the Friendly Village Inn and Motel. I would say that owner of that hotel needs to change the name to non-friendly.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, Wesh 2 News reported at least 2 of the 4 victims are convicted sex offenders. When the police asked why he didn't follow through with the plan, Jorge Portasierra said, "Because you got there too soon."
Interesting.
I say good for him.
Yeah, all right.
Good for him. All right. Well, hey, everybody, that's the end of the show. We will be back again next week, which will be the first week of September. As always, we appreciate you guys being here every Monday, every Taco Tuesday Eve, joining us, being me, Bulldog, and that Julie. As always, we are brought to you by, all right, well, fuck you. You don't want to be called Julie. Flo. BeardBarbecueSauce.com. At www.beardbqsauce.com. Use Vet for Life. Save 10%. Go get some of that pumpkin latte spice spice rub. No, seriously, go check them out. Help out Threatcon 5 Clothing's owner, a.k.a. me, not having to carry a whole bunch of shit with me when I close the company. So go buy some shit. It's all dropped down to $10. It's all cheap. Go get it. All right, everybody. We love you all. Good night.
Love you.
This concludes our broadcast day.